Alright, hi everyone, we're back with this Elysium. I don't remember what I'm doing, so we're going to look through my tasks here. Right, let's go check out the garbage can behind the this. Also, I feel like I hate to do it, but let's try both of these here. I don't like the idea of advanced race theory, but I also don't like the idea of being stuck behind Measurehead forever, so I guess we just gotta like advance the plot. How many hours are you gonna spend just throwing rocks at that man? Like, it can't be that funny
This
like
trash
forever.
container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Yeah, that checks out.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah,
There
what's
is,
up with that?
but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Like, what do you even do in Land Empire?
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Mm-hmm.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
I gotta rummage through
You see
this.
milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. No, searching for evidence in the trash. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles.
Turbo
Nothing of
noodles.
note, however.
Yeah, like better than normal noodles. Also, I better find a clue
Among the
here.
threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
That might be a
As the
clue,
legs
I
of the
guess.
slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Is there like flesh in
The
them?
victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
So someone took his
Drop them in
clothes
here,
off
officer.
here.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
Oh, he's good.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
And my instinct, rather, in Land Empire was right in checking
Something
this.
slimy catches your eye.
I'm gonna lose health or morale for
A
this.
drab,
but
long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This
Great.
is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
I mean, this might give us some clues into what the
The
identity of
rest
this
of the
guy
rags
is.
are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Right, it would be likely.
What's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
Alright, we need these
See?
two to chime in.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Oh, is there something special about the mug?
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure.
Can't believe they
But hey,
serve sludge here.
Nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here.
Okay,
What's
I'll trust
this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
What is a man's handwriting? What does that mean?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Oh, that's how I might know.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I don't want to go too nuts on Kim because he's kind of cool, so we'll just...
Understood.
Yeah. And I don't know why I want the mug, but
You
we'll go
pick out
for
a
it.
broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Cool.
Only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay, thank you, tutorial agent.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Are you gonna hear it? It's not really a gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Yeah.
You said you didn't want to talk about the ledger. However, now that you have it back, it would not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Officially.
Oh, that's one of the things we had in our options that we had hidden away. Oh wait, so I passed the experience threshold. Now I have 2 points to put into things. I'm gonna try one in Inland Empire just to see what happens, because that seems to be a skill we draw on a lot. And Encyclopedia. Okay, and you can always take them out, it seems. So. Okay. Okay, here's our
It's
interactable
just
mug.
a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy,
why else?
here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Okay, so I think there's like a political affiliation hidden stat, and this is like one of the choices.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see
Yeah,
it?
okay, that
Or
was not
do
a
some
great
volunteering
option. I
work.
don't know exactly
Just finish your case, detective.
what I'm doing, but I think how the game itself is sassing me. That's my journal. I could ask Kuno. I'm sure that's going to give us a lot of information. And Gart, whatever his name is. Oh. Okay. So we do have to
It's the
interact with
legend
this
found in the
directly.
trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Why are you sassing me?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
I'm glad this is what I'm using to
It's a
take notes.
metaphor for you.
I was going to say
Below
something
the
along those
pathetics,
lines.
terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
I mean...
It's just
I thought-
toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
There's a lot to
Still
inspect, I don't
wet,
know why.
the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
That's supposed to be like a metaphor for me getting my act together? We got experience from it, if
An
anything.
aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
They sure put a lot of detail in this game, I gotta
The
say.
surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it
I mean, at
before.
the very least, we're getting something out of it, it looks
What?
like.
That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Nice.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Looks like checking out the dumpster here is going to take probably a
Work,
whole video.
strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
I guess might as well
Huh?
talk to him.
2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
May as well talk to him
2.
about it.
That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I mean,
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God
He's
knows
very
I've made my
diplomatic.
share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
I can't believe you have such a big, dialogue tree for a
A
clipboard.
title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Okay, it's,
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys
I'm
on the
not
couch
great at
in an
naming
unexpected
these, I gotta
location,
say.
and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
I'm thinking I might have made these up a whole bunch just
It's
to
going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I mean, why am I gonna bother Kim
You
about
mean the
this?
alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Oh, or maybe not. I guess there's something here.
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I guess my theory about them being fake is probably wrong then.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Okay.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Is that supposed to be a reference to, like, the game interface
Sadly,
here?
the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But
I mean,
the lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
okay.
Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to the case files.
I mean,
The threat has
fair,
passed.
I guess.
He is thankful it has passed, and that he's gotten to keep both pens.
If I was him looking at me, I probably wouldn't want to give me a nice pen, it seems.
Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
How much do they have to say about this notebook?
Things to be done, and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Okay, first off, am I going to name it Disco Elysium? Second, I don't remember what I was going to say second.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Like, I mean, that's the least bad one.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Okay.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Okay. He's very nice.
You don't
in
exactly
certain ways.
close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
We got a check to do now.
Yes, you can piece
Nice.
them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural. Why yes, your precinct number is 41.
Oh, HDB is probably my title.
Every last alphanumeric in the files
Or
begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Yeah, wrote that.
No, the alphanumeric begins with HDB.
Yeah, what happens if I press on with
Fine.
it?
It takes about half an hour for you to piece one together. Mr. Raphael, which one do you want?
Okay, so this is gonna like eat up time, so I'm not gonna do
Not
this
much
right
has
now.
changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
I guess we gotta
In
keep
the
just
back, you
pressing
see thin,
through the
translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow,
initial.
some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Okay, I mean, I guess I probably shouldn't be doing
The
my
rest of the
fines
stinking
right now.
cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Alright, we're like
It's made of
2/3
dark
done,
blue
I
plastic,
guess.
hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What does color have to do
Blue.
with things?
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Okay, thanks.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Okay, so my thoughts are gonna interfere, but we still got better than even odds. Yeah.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
Gotta know, right?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
What's with number 3?
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Why would I smell it?
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Who makes apricot flavored
A
gum?
touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Tutti frutti.
Familiar
Thanks,
handwriting
buddy.
lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's
I
hand.
really don't think you can tell gender by handwriting.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting.
Yeah, like, unless it's, like, very stereotyped writing, I don't think that's possible.
Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
That's my first name, is
Throw
I
it
guess.
away, please.
I don't have the option to, do I?
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
What? Okay, what
To
is
what?
happening?
There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
And I guess not, Kim. I read the letter and it just, like, killed me. What does this screen mean? Is this a title screen, or did I, like, die from reading a letter?
There is nothing. Again.
Oh, I like pass out and this is the same wake up, I'm hoping.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
Yeah.
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slime.
Why does like the deepest recesses of my subconsciousness
Here
talk
in the
like that?
mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
The shadow. Very dramatic.
Because it's always there.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Right, that's what they were referring to earlier on.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
'Cause, like in the very first cutscene, they referred to like no ex-wives. I'm guessing that was a love letter from my ex-wife.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Is that where I'm from?
You think
Voyager
they would
Road.
let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
I'm guessing it's Kim.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And it's...
Is it smelling salts from like the gardener?
It's delicious.
I guess not.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Everything's black and white. That's cool.
The
Inverted
upholstered
kind
cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery,
Ooh,
the stuff
plus
of life
0
itself,
health.
as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
I guess it would have healed me if I had
Drink.
healing.
You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
I'm guessing that healing we're gonna have saved for
What
later.
happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to. 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Yeah.
Good.
The Ledger of
Oh, got
Failure and
experience.
Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Okay, thanks, I guess. Now we gotta clear out stuff here, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. Like, I don't know what stats it's changing, how to judge that, but I'll go for it. I mean, these I gotta unlock somehow. If I try it, just nothing happens. Oh, looks like we got a lot to deal with. I like how this is the one that like boosts our stats. Like looking through, it looks like we're gonna have more thoughts on this matter. But yeah, okay. Somehow with all like this game's writing style and that, just reading the ledger took half an hour, it looks like. And that is not how you save. So I guess we'll call it a day here. I didn't talk in as much as I usually like to. But I still gotta figure out how to coexist with this game. It's good though, I gotta say. I respect it. I like what's happening. I just gotta learn how to deal with it.